Another season with the Vasas? Surely not. Yeah, man. Vasas against Real Madrid coming up. But 18th of September 2030, getting into a new decade. We'll have a look at the transfers that have happened, really. Transfer history. Yep, more amazing players coming in. I'm still just staggered by the amount of money that was plunged into the team last season. Total of £68 million worth of talent coming in, 96 out so far. Have a look at the dates here just to see if we've caught anyone late there. Nope. So we'll go from the we'll go for the bottom. Go on then. Sort it out. All these lads are on loan. Cool. And then we got Pavlich. Very, very disappointed to lose this guy. Didn't actually see anything in the inbox about his free contract move to Napoli. And when it was all confirmed, I was absolutely furious. Absolutely furious that we'd lost Ivan Pavlich. The only thing is that with the players that we are bringing into the side, Pavlich's path into the first team would have been like way more tough, way more difficult. Timmy Frohill has gone to Ferencváros. No chance of him having any silverware there, really. Fernando Godoy going to MTK Budapest. These are all free transfers. Yet, we still had Daniel Snorri Victorson. I mean, that was ages back. And then for the players that were sold for money, Ilya Simic goes to Inter Milan. That could raise to 2.9 million. Marlon has left for Arsenal, 5 million. Anis Sehic goes to Inter Milan for 6 million. Jose Rafael, a very high rated goalkeeper, goes to Arsenal because I think we got better goalkeepers available at the moment. And additionally, I think the Eastern European goalkeeper was. I really wanted to move him on, to be honest, but thinking about what we needed in terms of Hungarian Cup, it's probably right to keep someone with EU citizenship around. So we decided that Jose Rafael was the one to bite the bullet. But I think there's a significant profit on that. 2 million. It's not that much, but presuming there's a 40% selling clause. Diego Gamara, this is going to be a very surprising sale for many of you. He was a fantastic player. Could be at the club for years and years. But I'm thinking, right, with talent like that, it's probably wise for us to sell him, even though, like, we didn't sell him a good profit whatsoever. It's good to sell him to a team like Barcelona where he goes straight into their first team or their first team setup. He might not start every single game. And his valuation's rocketing up. We got 40% of his next sale. That in future is going to give us a lot of money where we're going to be able to invest it properly when the club has got to the correct stature. Oh, I said that right. John Black, the Scottish striker, has gone to Arsenal. There's a little bit of a loss there, but we're all right. Then we have Peter Muller quickly moving from Vasas to Milan. No money lost somehow. Marcus Wendell, no money lost on that transfer either. Stefan Offer, I think we're dropping $1 million there, yes. He's gone to Slavia Prague. But most of these, we're getting the money back. Alex, I think he's reached his ceiling, so he has gone to Palmeiras. Nicholas Acuna, the striker, I think still had maximum potential, but out of all the strikers that we got at the club, I think he's the less likely to become something insane. And finally, Zelma Ivankovic goes to Chelsea, £10.5 million. Had a 4.5-star potential. So we just got higher potential wingers about. Into the club, Alan Cerda. This has been a long time in the making. This centre mid looking really nice. 4.8 million. Sort out by transfer fees, actually. We got Alicia Cordoba, 4.5-star talent. And then we got Gustavo Villalobos, also 4.5 stars. Another 4.5 stars, Carlos Vinicius. And you can see how many 4.5 stars there are. So there's maximum potential. Jorge Rodriguez is looking really nice at 18. Alexandre, another top potential right back. A little bit big though. I can probably move him into centre back if we need it. And then the two from Shakhtar, I mean, we have just stolen these. These are absolute gems. Alexander Sachuk. I mean, I completely forgot that I'm going to have to pronounce these somehow. So it's Satuk and Sukhanov. And this guy, I'm trying to make a left winger. Just because of his incredible speed. I do like my strikers well balanced, so aerially as well. He would probably have to be an advanced forward instead of a complete. Anyway, I want to get him comfortable on the left wing. Big signings there to make us a little bit more competitive in Europe. Right, obviously at the end of last season we had Klink, didn't we? The mad story of Klink. Now, what a strange sequence of events afterwards. We got back into the Discord call, explained what had happened, and we're like, oh, we probably should sign him up. So we offered a contract to the blank player, and with the hopes of making him a staff member eventually. Whilst that's all happening, I also changed the stadium. Let me just have a look at show you the stadium. We have some expansions going on, but it is now called the Klink Stadion, and it's going to be a 14,614 capacity stadium at the end of the day. So I was sorting that out whilst also offering the contract, saved the game up and reset it, thinking that rebooted the game, thinking that nothing was going to happen. Loading the save up again, he wasn't called Karoli Klink anymore, he was called something else, and that got me like really confused. And the people can testify, everybody who were in that Discord call saw how strange everything was. Maybe because I changed his position during the game. Honestly, no idea. Odd. I mean, I don't know how many people offer contracts to no-face players anyway, so I don't believe anybody will have experienced it. I don't know, but look, it happened to me. So Klink had already disappeared, essentially. In Vasas 2, we got not Klink. Because if we take his nickname off... Sorry, I changed it in this. I changed it in the personal details. My apologies. So it was Karoli something else. So strange. And his stats had changed. Actually, Karoli Klink was 1 year younger and a little bit better. Don't know how that is. So we'd offered a contract to someone that wasn't Karoli Klink, but we wanted Karoli Klink with a plan of making him a staff member in the future. So that was obviously disappointing, but we got ourselves... We intervened a little bit, yeah? We continued the hopes of having Karoli Klink be a staff member by, straight up, just putting the in-game editor to use. We had our assistant manager since 2021, I believe. He was getting to that stage where he probably needed replacing. So that was the role that we were going to give Karoli Klink, our assistant manager. So here he is, Karoli Klink. We gave him, I think, a boost in a boost in current ability, because his potential ability was going to be 150 to 200. Randomized it, for the Discord lads to see, it came out at 189. So Karoli Klink is going to be like an amazing assistant manager for us. We got very lucky on that. And his legacy can continue. We were thinking maybe scout, maybe assistant manager. I think assistant manager, he's more in the background. He will help out with the coaching and the progression of the players. But as chief scout, for instance, chief scout is going to have such a big impact in the success of this club. Like, we could win the Champions League maybe 2 or 3 seasons before we would effectively win the Champions League if this guy was chief scout. So I'm glad that we've gone down the assistant manager route. He will help us, absolutely, being a scout, being an assistant manager, a staff member of that class, but he won't be as influential as what he would be as a chief scout. I still, of course, want this to be a very rewarding save, but also, like I've always said, this is more of a personal save. It's my enjoyment, it's your guys' enjoyment. If, for instance, you don't like the use of the in-game editor, you can, fair enough, you can tell me in the comments section, but it will definitely not change the use of it, because stuff like this, stuff like the story of the last episode, is absolutely what you live for on Football Manager. And I wanted his legacy to continue, even though technically this is a guy with a different player ID. Staff member Karoli Klink. Someone suggested to me in the Discord to make him the first team left back. That didn't sit well with me as well, because yet again that would be way more directly impactful on the team's performance. Assistant manager, he'll be good. Oh, he'll help us a lot, but he won't help us as much as what he would as a chief scout or a first team left back. So there he is. I don't think we've seen that improvement. I think he had a current ability about 70 or 60 when we actually signed this guy up. I signed him up because he vaguely looked like that in his face profile. I think he was like 60, 70. He's going to go up to 80, 90 or something. A fine Hungarian assistant manager. But once he reaches them upper limits of his potential ability, he's going to be a world-class assistant manager. But we won't see that for years. I'm in it for the long haul, like Karoli Klink. So Karoli Klink is still here. Some great signings and a great game for you today. Currently unbeaten this season, including friendlies. Nicely done. Of course, into the Champions League, qualifying through Klaksvik, Astana and Young Boys. We've had a home draw against Ferencváros. Interesting stuff. The very late goal from Frajila. And we were actually 3-0 down in that game. Big result. Here we go. Let's crack on. So that's what we've been doing. Hopefully you approve of that. I'm happy with it. I wish that we could have actually offered the contract like that. You couldn't expect the name to change like midway through offering the contract. But that's my regret. Just getting that over the line and then saving the game would have been just so wicked. But it wasn't to be. I don't think we talked about this. Guy was a free agent, wasn't he? He's going to be playing against Real Madrid on the wing. I don't know. I feel like what we're going to see is a bit of a shock here. I feel like there's an underdog story to be happening here. You know, do you get them feelings? And of course we will be underdogs. Real Madrid have got one of the best players in the world right now. Where is he? Let's just pause that for a second. Mazzinho. Jesus Christ. He's 23. Look at that. 23 years old. I wish we could have signed him. Look at the state of that player. That is a joke player right there. So it's going to be difficult to break stuff like that up. I think one of our, if not both of our Shakhtar Donetsk players was signed up after the the proper European transfer window. Get in. I'm telling you, I had that feeling. You know what I'm saying? I had that feeling that something was going to happen. One or both of our Shakhtar Donetsk players, they were signed up after that proper European deadline was passed and the Champions League registration. Of course, I must have said plenty of times through this series, the Hungarian transfer window goes on for about 2 weeks, like after the proper European shut. It looks like we're going after it again. Duvala's got a booking. Dominguez is going to try and take on this right hand side. It's Mason Greenwood. Well, that's going wide. Someone in the comment section said, "Why don't you put some music?" This is a good idea. Put some music behind the games. Now, I'm totally for that, alright? I would totally be for that. But here's a couple of things that you've got to consider. This kind of content right here, not really focusing on it. It's not my main stuff. It's just there for a laugh. I do a lot of Football Manager saves, and I felt like, this year I'm going to actually like document some of my Football Manager saves. So it's a personal save first and foremost, and I don't really want to be thinking about the editing side of things at all. So putting some additional music on would make me go into an editing piece of software or add it on to Streamlabs OBS, which, I mean, the leveling could be off. And I know there's some kind of... There's a niceness. I don't know. With some of this second channel content, this and the Pokemon content, there is an option to put your own music on behind in the background. It's like a chill session. It's everybody's chill session. If you want to watch the content, throw some tunes on, your own tunes in the background, put it at the right volume, and then stick this maybe on your second monitor as you might be playing Football Manager. I'm sure that's what many of you do. And I feel that's quite kind of nice. There was so second yellow card, amazing Football Manager content creator. He didn't have music going in the back of some of his like Football Manager 2017, 18 content, the ones that I really binged. And I would just chuck my own music in the background so I could like enjoy two things at once. Or three things if I was even playing Football Manager. So I could be playing Football Manager, I could be watching something, and I could also be listening to something because, say for instance, second yellow card did not put any additional music on because it didn't sound like an absolute farce in the ears. We are 2-0 up. Believe it or not, we are 2-0 up. I had this feeling, weirdly, that there could be something seriously magical going on tonight. Is it going to last? Probably. You know what? I would back us to get through this. I'm going to go Sukhanov on that left-hand side, even though he's not ready fully to go there. First, it just landed perfectly. First game of the group stage, Real Madrid presumably underestimating us. We've had a great transfer window. We've kept most of our good players as well, the players that we wanted to keep. Very promising, attack-minded. Just catch them off guard. I just felt like we're going to catch them off guard. And, we're looking for a third. Isn't that incredible? Santa Cambi. We're not at all going to win the Champions League. That ain't happening. We could get qualified for the knockout rounds, which is obviously would be the best qualification or the best finishing spot that we'd done in the group stage. This night is a magical night for Vasas. Really good, especially if we can keep a clean sheet. That would just go beyond even my expectations. These tactics are a bit overpowered. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Alright. So it looks like we've definitely got the win here. Quest has caught it. Nice and comfortable. Clean sheets on the horizon. 4 minutes to go. If this goes 4-0, I don't know. It's probably a chance for Real Madrid. That's a big save by Cuesta. Oh my goodness. How about that? How about that then? I absolutely called that. So, let me just read that full-time score because you'll fucking love it. I fucking love it. Vasas 3, Real Madrid 0. That scoreline again. Vasas 3, Real Madrid 0. Incredible. And Alexander, one of our highest paid transfers. How much was this? £26 million. Got a couple of goals there, didn't he? Did he get a couple of goals? I think we potentially broke the transfer record again this year. 28 million for Sukhanov. I believe sale-wise as well, we broke the transfer record recently. Gerson was the highest sale out of the entire country. So record's been broken. Left, right, and centre. Of course, outside of our current stadium, but we now have called it the Klink Stadium. Love that stuff. I love when football managers just springs a surprise like that, and it becomes a cult. It becomes a cult thing, an iconic moment of the series, and I can't wait to get back into the expanded Klink Stadion. Comes at a perfect time as well. We leave the stadium, it gets renovated, we rename it at the same time. I think the bad thing about it is that I think that's top of the expansion. So we have to try and win a Champions League with a 14,000 capacity stadium. That's a lot of revenue that we can't tap into. That's going to take us another extra 20, 25 years for us to tempt the board into rebuilding. So we need to make the most of the clauses, I think. This is how we get that money. If you're interested, if you haven't seen much of a Football Manager, I didn't even know this was a thing. Someone showed me this year that you can actually sell the clauses on. So this is a list of clauses that we've got currently. A lot of potential money coming in. So like Christian Ramos. Christian Ramos used to play for us. He's now gone to Copenhagen. Sold him for £3 million. All right. There is an extra 30% of profit from his next transfer. And the negotiation to buy out this clause is 899k. So if I press this button, we'd get an extra 900 grand. That's basically it. And that's how it goes. 1.54 million if I decide to sell the clause there. Gerson 2.51. Yeah, that's it could come into serious play if we need the money. We'd have to be a buy and sell conveyor belt, even more so than Rupel Boom, because Rupel Boom Stadium was like 20, 30k. Now we're operating at 14 out of Hungary. This is this could be a long wait for us to become European champions. Let's not make any false promises. This could be a long road ahead of us. And that's it. Thank you ever so much. Vasas season 11 is underway, and I hope you enjoy it. See you next time.